Now, from green passes to red list, what lies ahead for those looking for their sunny international getaways this year? Well, travel expert Eoghan Corry has the answers and hopefully some good news. Good morning to you, Eoghan. How are you? So the European Parliament approved the digital green list yesterday. No surprise there, but what does it mean for us?
It means July the 1st, Europe is offering unrestricted travel. Countries have 3 weeks to sign up to it. Most countries are likely to sign up a little bit earlier than us. 7 countries are already in it, but we're joining on July the 19th. What that means is that the ban on non-essential travel comes to an end. It also means that we'll probably be allowing free passage for everyone who's been vaccinated. That doesn't mean one vaccination, that means the full course.
Fully vaccinated, yeah.
You've got a digital green certificate on your phone. The technology's awesome. Scan it at the gate and no self-isolation on return. There are other bits we're not sure about though, Alan.
But we think, and other countries are bringing this in already, that if you're not fully vaccinated, you can go if you have a negative PCR test within 48 hours of travel.
That's the situation as it stands. If you're travelling, you need a negative PCR before you leave Ireland, for most countries, not UK, but all other countries, and before you return in the 72 hours before. It's a big encumbrance, it's a bit costly. Now, we will probably, sadly, have a little bit of that left over for people who aren't vaccinated from July the 19th. That has implications, for instance, for teenagers who are unlikely to have been vaccinated.
And what about this, what a lot of countries are trying to do now is free PCR testing. Do you think we can bring that in, or will we not bother with that?
I don't think we'll be in the queue for that. There'll be about 6 or 7 countries doing it. Most important, most significant is France. Some of the holiday destinations,
I heard Malta are trying to do it.
Would be a good example. They're doing it to incentivise tourism. France's game is, it's been competing for #1 in Europe with Spain for many years. So by offering something extra, it sees this chances moving forward, but we're probably not going to be in that business. So very likely not.
For anybody watching in this morning, from July 19th, no more restrictions on travel. If you're vaccinated, you can travel anywhere within Europe. We're not quite sure whether it'll be a PCR test that you will need for different countries.
Okay.
But you're also saying that, you were telling me earlier on, if the numbers drop below a certain level, you won't need anything to get into places like Spain.
This is Spanish policy. If your numbers, your 14-day for 100,000 population goes below 50, as the UK has done, Northern Ireland is within sight of it. We're about 117. If it goes below 50, no PCR required by Spain. You see, there are 2 things here, Alan. There's our restrictions and there's the destination we're going to restrictions. And the only thing that's clear is July the 19th, fully vaccinated, free to travel. The rest of it is all up in arms, and there's all those relationships. Spain will probably still require a PCR test if you're not vaccinated, unless the figures come back below 50.
Below 50. Now, what happened in Portugal during the week, and we saw all these people rushing back from the UK? Is that going to happen to us in Ireland if we're away?
The European Union policy won't be doing what Britain did. What we got last Friday was an example of how not to do things. Britain told people Portugal is a place you can go in May, and then on Friday decided everyone has to be home by Tuesday. It was like last helicopter at the cyclone.
It was like last year, all those sites of people rushing to airports.
And it impacts on us. We had 2 daily flights from EasyJet from Belfast International, and Ryanair had daily flights to Portugal. Big rush to Portugal, and then suddenly it all comes to a halt. What Europe is saying is we don't want to do it like that. We want to give notice to people if things go wrong, and nobody's sure how our summer is going to be. Numbers could start going wrong.
And say if they do, say if like we're Greece or something, or another country like that, the numbers go through the roof and really spike. What happens?
What Europe is trying to avoid is 27 countries all doing their own thing. They said that last year, 27 countries did their own thing anyway. What they want this time is everyone signed up to the digital green certificate so that vaccinated, unrestricted travel remains in place. And if there's a big change, if there's a calamity, which there could be, that it's decided at European level, we do it as a 27.
Oh, okay.
We don't go around, as happens in countries. Countries are blaming each other for spreading COVID next door. It happened, in the Balkans. It happened among Baltic states. They want to get some sort of cohesion back to travel policy, which has been absent since March of 2020.
And what about destinations? Have the airlines put back on all their destinations?
Yes.
They have.
This is the really interesting thing, Alan. all this bad time when there was only 15 flights a day through Dublin Airport. It's up to about 52 today. The aviation industry kept its shape, kept its confidence, and kept the schedules in place. What we've seen is them pushing it back. But if you look into August, you've got the huge number of routes. You've got the frequencies, trunk routes, Malaga, Faro, 4 or 5 flights a day, and you've got 4 destinations we didn't have in 2019. Ryanair,
they're adding destinations.
Yeah, they're in the schedule. Rhodes has been added by Ryanair, Santorini's been added by Aer Lingus, Antalia's been added by Turkish Airlines, Essex from Aer Lingus Regional. Now, they were planned. That what they did clearly was sat down and planned, this is going to be a normal summer, and if things go right, we're going to be ready. We're going to have the pilots in place, we're going to have the aircraft certified, we're going to be ready to do it. What they've been doing is waiting, holding, we haven't got the go-ahead yet, and pushing back the launch of those schedules. So what really matters now is some indication for the government to, are we fully signed up? You know, what are we, if you don't have the full course of vaccination, what are the restrictions that apply?
Yeah.
And are really
important. They
important.
need to tell us that, yeah.
And they need to show us, for instance, you know, there's been a move towards antigen testing in Spain and Portugal this week. We're still in that sort of antigen debate from last September when it was looked at and ruled out. All of those things, they're the little bits of signing up for the EU digital cert that haven't been put in place. But the main news is that as of July 19, we're in unrestricted travel. If you're fully vaccinated. You probably still have PCR testing if you're not, but you're allowed to travel for non-essential.
We're allowed to go. The light is green, the planes are taking off. It's good news. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.